Hello and welcome to this Blender tutorial brought to you by the Luwizart. My name is Emmanuel Okafo and today we'll be looking at UV unwrapping inside Blender. So I have this model which I'm currently working on for series of tutorials that will be coming up. So they include UV unwrapping, which I'm starting with. The next one will be the grooming of this character and rendering. And finally, we'll be rigging the face of this character. As you can see, I have everything prepared for even the mouth and the eyes. So yeah, so hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when I post each of these videos coming up. So today we'll be just focusing on UV or wrapping this guy. So if you've never done that in Blender, that's no problem because I'll try to break it down very efficiently for you to understand what's happening. I have my screencast key here so you can follow along with my shortcut. Okay, um, yeah, so what we want to do now is just go right into the edit mode. I have three objects here, by the way, so the head, the teeth, and the eyes. So I'll be doing that separately so that you guys will learn different methods of unwrapping inside Blender. So if you're a new Blender user, this should be pretty straightforward. But if you're coming from Maya, software like Maya or 3D Xmas, you might find this a bit alien because of the way you unwrap in 3D Xmas or Maya is quite different from the way you handle it inside Blender. Basically, in Blender, most of the stuff you do of splitting up your geometry is right in the viewport, while in your old software like Maya, it might be right in the editor. So the way we go about splitting up the geometry in Blender is by using a system called seams. You try to break the geometry up through seams. So let's start up with the ears. So what we want to do is cut off this ear part and unwrap it. Because you can probably unwrap this whole thing and it's gonna look like shit because you're not really using it efficiently. So to use it efficiently, you need to break it down to different parts. That's why the seam system is very important. So I will use edge select and just hold on Alt and Shift. I can select the rings of the loop. Okay, and now I can press Ctrl E and do maxim. And now we can, if you switch to the face mode, that's this one. Now you can select the individual splits. So let's for example, I can, if I want to split the eye area, I can do that again. So now I can select that individually. So we can also clear the seam by hitting clear seam. Okay, so now let's try to unwrap it. You just need to select the area where you want to unwrap and hit U to unwrap it, like this for you. Okay, so we'll just leave the features for this for later. We'll just worry about splitting up geometry for now. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So we splitted the ears. So let's split up the head. So I will select, first of all, let's split up the nose area. So maxing. Okay, so we have that working. So you can also isolate the ones quickly, whatever you need to do. Also split up the mouth area. So I probably will just leave it because I don't really need more resolution inside the mouth anyways. But for this section, I now run into errors with texturing, so I will split that up too. And I'll just go ahead and split up the mouth just since I'm there already. And let's look at inside the mouth. If I'm to unwrap this, I will get lots of errors, so I need to split it more so that I will have more geometry to play with in the in the UV editor. So I will split this up more with the same. So we have the top part and the lower part. Okay. Um, yeah. So let's keep going. Let's do the head. That should be everything. Split middle there. But for most head, the way that works is you split it from the because you don't want to split right into the face, because what seams are good, but it shows up during the texturing process, because if you don't what I'm trying to get at is that when you're creating your sim, you don't want to make it in obvious places. So you want to create sims where you can easily hide, or where it's not so obvious. So that's why you don't create a sim right in the face of the character, because when you texture, it's gonna show up. So as you can see, I'm just creating sims in like hidden areas where um, it's not so obvious there. So for characters, the reason why we create sim along this area, like one from this place, is usually that the hair usually covers it up, because the hair is usually darker, so it will not be so obvious. That's why most character has sim running across this kind of section. Okay, so um, yeah, so let's create one for the neck, and we should be done with that. Okay, so Maxime, and let's see if we unwrap it to make sure we don't have any um, wrong looking geometry. So this is looking perfect now. And now I can go ahead and apply my mirror modifier. So let's make sure everything is good. So we'll apply this, apply the rotation and scale, center the origin, and unwrap. So this is what we have. Okay. So before we proceed, this is we've unwrapped it perfectly, but we need to make sure that when we start texturing, we'll not get something that looks weird. So let's create a material that will help us check that out. Okay, so we can switch into the, wait first, let's add, so this is the, let's call this UV testing for the material, of course, and add a texture. So add an image texture, we hit new. So we're using a 2K texture, 2 by 48, 20 by 48, and for the generator type, we want to use UV grid. Okay, and that's that. We hit OK, and now we have a UV texture. Okay, so this is the UV texture, and to come correct, we can just preview it with just the texture mode. Okay, this is perfect. So as you can see, everything is looking great, but we are seeing the seams here. These are the areas where we created the seams. It's a bit, it's okay. It's more obvious because of the type of texture we're using. So um, when we paint it with more smooth colors, that will not be so obvious like this. But one thing you will notice is the unevenness between um, the faces, especially where we have more space here. So we want to make sure that the UV map is quite has even distribution, because right now it's not evenly distributed. So the way to do that is, let's turn on this. If this panel here is going to make you to be able to select, because by default, before you see your UV map, you have to select all the object in the 3D viewport. But if you want to have like a clean view, but be able to just play with the UV edit mode, you can use this sync button. And let's delete this UV unwrap first from the UV map so we can easily see what's happening. And okay, so now if you notice, if I grow my selection, you can, if I scale this up, you can see the UV scales up too. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just um, I think it's better that I do a different method. I'm going to turn this off so that I'll have everything selected here, but I'm going to just turn off the render overlay. So we have something like this. So I'm just trying to get like a very good preview of what I'm doing. Okay. Um, Now we are trying to make this even, and the way we can do this is that by scaling this up, or just actually tweaking it inside. So now we're going to look at some of the features inside this editor. So first of all, I want to rotate this UV map to be something more something that I like. So I'm going to rotate it. That's holding down R, Z, 90 degrees. But in this case, R, Z, negative 90. So I'm going to flip it around, and now I can just move everything in place. So Blender comes with like nice UV editing tool that can help you speed up some of your workflow. So one of them I use constantly is the minimize stretch. So if you click on this, it's going to like spread out the geometry for you to minimize stretch. So the shortcut is, for my own, is Control V. So you could set up your shortcut if you like. Um, yeah, so I tried its possible best to minimize the stretch, but now we are getting like weird. It's too stretched compared to this one, which is more even, and that's what we should be going for. So um, we will just undo the minimize stretch and fix it up manually. So let's do that. So I'm just selecting the area I need and selecting an area also, and here I'm going to get the proportional fallout brush, so I can scale this up and down to get the effect. So you can enable the proportional and fallout brush by here, and when you scale you can scroll down to control the fallout. So I'm just going to scale this down slightly. Okay, so it's getting better. So we'll get even closer. Okay, so now we can do that minimize stretching slightly, and you can see we fixed it even better. So we have like an even UV map. Okay, so let's do one for the nose area now. So we'll just select that and hide the rest. We can try the proportion, the minimize stretch as this one. What I'm trying to do is just get even distribution with the rest of the UV map, and I think it's okay, and it looks good. Um, let's try if we could fix this area. So you want to avoid stretching by all means. All means. Anyway, it works. Yeah, so for most part, uh, they are all looking even, and yeah, so that's that. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If you wish to see more from me, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because more awesome stuff are coming and you don't want to miss out. So bye bye for now. See you next time.